And it's just like in the bro choice video, which I know you've seen that we were sent. It's appalling to me how someone can just sit here and be like, I'm going to do that as just because I can. And I feel like, it's, if you have an emergency or whatever, that's fine, but it's become where it's people are literally using abortion as like a viable method of birth control.
Well, and those guys, they actually thought that it was better to tell a girl that they were okay with abortion because then they'd be able to have sex with her.
Guys using lines on women?
Yes, that's the whole. That was the whole purpose
this
pro-choice.
crazy generation of using lines. Let me go to one of the scenes in the book where the students are learning about life before the world state, which is the form of government they have. The professor is describing life. He says, mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, but there were also husbands, wives, lovers. There were also monogamy and romance, though you probably don't know what those are, says the professor, and the students shook their heads. Family, monogamy, romance, everywhere exclusiveness, narrow channeling of impulse and energy, but everyone belongs to everyone, he concluded. The hypnopedic, I'm pronouncing this wrong, but hypnopedia is the form of indoctrination, that he's telling these students that, long before this wonderful world we have where everybody takes this drug called Soma and everybody hooks up and has fun, you used to have these boundaries of marriage and family and children, but no one does that anymore.
These awful, horrible things called marriage and family. It's absolutely ridiculous. And now nobody values the family anymore. That's all completely over. There's no, divorce rates are always rising. There's no value for the human life as we see with abortion. There's all sorts of things like that going on. And the closer we get to this brave new world, I feel like every year there's always that one thing that kind of pushes us over the edge where we're just getting closer and closer and closer and closer. When's it going to stop?
Let's talk about the hypnopedia. This is the beginning. Children are created in laboratory environments, and through chemical introduction, they are put into castes. They could be alphas, they could be epsilons, high and low. If we look at the way children are treated in the school system, your kid's got an attention deficit disorder, give them a pill. As they get older, you're having a hard time focusing, here's another pill. Pretty soon, by the time you get to college, my generation, ecstasy, by now you have these pharma parties where people are just bringing whatever they can get their hands on. And in the book, the Soma holiday is where you take this pill and you just sort of melt into this hedonistic world for 2 or 3 days at a time.
Yeah, I have ADHD personally. I've been taking Adderall for, as long as I can remember. And, being in college and being older now, and, as I've learned to control it, but I see so many people all the time who, I'm having trouble concentrating on my history test that's tomorrow, so let me take like a bottle of Adderall and, that's going to help me. And it's like, no, it's not going to help you. It's just making you high, and you think that it is because you don't have the disorder, and it's not doing anything for you. And then, 2 weeks later, I got a prescription for it. And because they said, I can't concentrate, and some doctor gave it to them.
Well, let me give you another thing on boundaries. Here in New York City, we had this Electric Zoo Festival, and 2 people actually died from some of the drugs that were being passed around in the crowd. One of the aspects of the Soma holiday in the book were these, and we had Lollapalooza when I was in college. Now you have all of these music festivals, these art festivals that are kind of reminiscent of Woodstock. One of the songs that comes pulsing through. I love how they talk about this music that pulses. This is long before raves were popular. These sort of, I guess, proto raves. And one of the lyrics from the songs that plays through the speakers is, "Feel how the greater being comes, rejoice in rejoicing, die, melt in the music of the drums. For I am you and you are I." There's actually a real song by a group called Gods of Luxury called Soma Holiday, and that's actually in there. But it's about this sort of take these drugs, pass the loving cup around, take even more drugs, and just whatever. You can call that a rave now.
There's it's really scary. My younger brother, we had just moved to a new community, and he went to a party with his friends, and he walks in, and there's this giant bowl of all of these pills, and he looks in there, and he's like, there's people just dumping prescription pills. They go to their parents' house, they grab it out of the cabinet, and they just grab a handful and they all take them. And there's no worry about, this might affect me in the morning or I could die from doing this. They don't care. And he looked at them and was like, have fun with that, and just walked out.
And he probably felt like the outcast.
Yeah, yep.
Well, here's the thing. In a book like this, there are no consequences. In the real world, people overdose. they die, they go to jail, they have criminal records. And the problem is, it feels like on a college campus, maybe the administration acts like an authority figure, but it almost seems as if the culture, whether it's the professors who might be the alpha plus intellectuals, down to the freshmen, there's really no lines.
No, it's almost glorified. You know, it becomes like who had the best story about Saturday night, and that girl was probably the talk of the campus. You know, whatever her name was. What was her name? No, or let's say her name was Molly. It's like, oh, did you hear what happened to Molly last night? You know, she went to jail and tweeted YOLO, and that's become like the standard for everything. Like, you only live once, so let me make as many stupid decisions that are
and get a tattoo
that are going to harm
Not a good decision.
my life forever. Like, it's so irresponsible and so stupid.
Well, you